So, how do we age? Gracefully or disgracefully? Or do we worry too much about it? Do you celebrate your birthday or try and avoid it and pretend you aren't getting any older? I actually love my birthday, even my 0 birthdays. I love spending them how I want to and with whom I want to spend them with. It's time to feel special and to celebrate just for being me. However, we keep getting reminded by the media that we should hide our age, as if there's something to be ashamed of. Yeah, I admit I'd like a body that doesn't have creaks and groans that a 64-year-old body has, which led me to think about my ancestors and how they would have aged. And I made the assumption that they wouldn't have lived as long as we do nowadays, with all the so-called fancy drugs we have to prolong our life. I couldn't have been more wrong. They travelled much more than I thought they would have, and lived to ripe old ages. I have recently been walking in the footsteps of my grandparents and great-grandparents in the beautiful Lake District. I found it quite emotional being in the places that they had been, including walking down the aisle of the church that my grandparents got married in. And back in those days, life was challenging, just like it is for us now, just in different ways. I think their pace of life was different, and their priorities were different too, but at least they weren't bombarded every second of the day with social media and mainstream media telling us how we should look. So I have come to own some sense of who I am and what I am in the world, thanks to my ancestors, having the spirit that they did. And all I want to do is age gracefully, or maybe even disgracefully, exactly as I am. Whatever we believe from the media, they are just stories and it's not reality. Only we make it reality if we believe them. Unfortunately, over time, I've become more and more comfortable in my own skin, with acceptance and curiosity, helped by my meditation and mindfulness practices. I have confronted all the mental chatter, all those little naughty monkeys that sit on my shoulder, about getting older. And I have included compassion and openness to whatever comes up for me, allowing me to embrace and recognize all the gifts that it brings, because it does bring gifts. Anyway, here are some things I pay attention to help me age with ease and grace. Our sleep needs and patterns change throughout our lives. So if I'm tired in the afternoon and I'm at home, I will have a nap without feeling guilty. It's such a yummy, nurturing thing to do, if that's your thing. My sleep suffers if I don't meditate, so if I don't have time to meditate after a couple of days, I notice my sleep's not so good, and it's just a reminder to get back to my meditation practice. And embracing change is one way of navigating aging with ease. Aging is here and it's happening in every moment. Our life experiences accumulate whether we want them to or not. How we use these as experiences is up to us, our choice. An absolute must is to stay connected with family and a circle of friends. A social engagement is vital, as loneliness can lead to poorer health. Also consider taking part in something that interests you in the community or reviving an old hobby, as challenging our cognitive abilities is really beneficial for aging with ease. And while I'm on the subject of mindfulness and of meditation, stress is one of the biggest health risk factors in our lives, greatly impacting both mental and physical health. So being mindful and meditating whether it's mindful meditating or any other kind of meditation. It's one of the best ways to reduce stress and improve your emotional well-being. It can improve focus, support habit changes, and lots more. So remember, there's no perfect way to meditate. It's okay when your mind wanders. You wouldn't be human if your mind didn't wander. What it's about is noticing it and coming back to whatever it is you're focusing on, whether it's your breath or your body or your senses. Whatever happens is normal. So I've known for a long time about how I should eat. And I'm still no angel. However, over time I have adopted lots of good things which start to replace the food that's not beneficial to me. And we're all individual in our responses to food and what our bodies need. And we need to take responsibility for noticing what does us good and what doesn't. I'm going to repeat that. We need to take responsibility for what does us good and what doesn't. And we need to make the necessary changes because our body's needs change throughout our lives. And of course, we need to move our bodies. And again, we're all different in what suits us. And I think it's so important to do something that you enjoy, whether it's going for a walk, a brisk walk, or a nice, slow, meditative walk in nature, or if gym is your thing, then that's what you need to do. So moving our bodies can help restore cellular health of our muscles as we age. Exercise also supports our bone density, our balance, our agility. It helps us sleep and can ward off anxiety or depression. Plus, we so often blame age and a changing metabolism for weight gain, when so often it can stem from less physical activity than we normally would be doing. Even 10 minutes a few times a week improves our mood in the moment and also increases mental and physical fitness. So let's get going, I say, as I talk to myself as well as you. We are never too old to learn. In fact, I quite often say that wisdom lands a bit late in life. So let that wisdom come through so we can examine habits that hinder our ability to embrace change. Habits like resistance and rationalization and procrastination. We can choose to change our diet, improve our exercise regime, and also maintain and expand our social circles, which can provide stimulation, connection, and new experiences. If we choose it, we might even find this new landscape and all the paths and vistas it affords a welcome change. But resisting what we can't control only adds to discomfort and unhappiness. And lamenting the inevitable shifts of time doesn't change this reality. So on your next birthday, and all the days in between, I invite you to embrace the changes that come with aging and welcome another trip around the sun with curiosity, gratitude, and joy.